Apple Gift Card is a practical gift that unlocks a world of entertainment and fun. You can send it via email or give a physical card to your loved ones. Your friends and family can spend it on their favorite Apple services, including Apple subscriptions. Apple Gift Card can be used to buy all things Apple: products, accessories, apps, games, movies, TV shows, iCloud Plus, and more. Visit apple.com for details and to send Apple Gift Cards to your friends and family this holiday season.
Alright, what's up guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show, and in today's episode, I'm honestly doing this episode because I'm installing some games right now, and I'm like, I should be doing a gaming video because I need to get a gaming video out the way today, but I'm thinking I might just upload today's stream, or at least like I'll upload probably both of them and stuff, because I mean, I could do that, or I could just, try to make this a quick episode and then do a gaming video. I think that's what I'm going to do. But anyways, but no, actually what I wanted to talk on, it was a tweet that I had seen. So there's this account that I follow. I found out about them through TikTok and then followed them on Twitter. And it was just overall like one of those accounts that be posting like a bunch of relatable tweets and stuff, like things you can look at and be like, I relate to this. I understand what they mean by this. So there's a tweet that they made, and it was overall something along the lines like, oh, I wish they loved me like I love them, or some stuff like that. And that's overall like today's episode is to overall, and it's like there's gonna be so many different things I'll be talking on, referencing and all that stuff, because there's a movie I'm gonna be referencing, advice I'm gonna be giving out, everything possible and stuff. But anyways, that's one thing that I can tell you guys right now, is not to show love to people that's not showing love back. Like, it's okay if they show a little amount of love, because, a person, like, it's okay to, like, not trust the situation. I know if somebody's showing a lot of love to me, I wouldn't really trust the situation that much, because I'm like, well, what did I do so special to, and it's stuff that have you sit there wondering and things. But yeah, it's like but my thing is this, and this is overall like, the whole like shebang, I guess, of the episode, whatever you want to call it. It's like, it's you being like player number one, and then you showing the most amount of love, like love that you didn't even know that you had in you, but you're showing it to that person. Don't do that. Don't do that. There's so many movies and music. There's so many things that you can like really like watch and listen to know like that ain't good. That's not good for you. That's not good for anybody, because at the end of the day, like if that person doesn't show love back, or they don't love you back, or whatever, it's like then you're the one that's honestly like left in the middle of nowhere. Like you gonna feel lost, you're gonna feel not wanted, you're gonna feel like and that's a lot of stuff that's like, that's too much for a person. Nobody shouldn't have to go through no stuff like that. And that's what I know people probably ask, well, how do you know, like, if a person, like, loves you or will show love to you? They have to show it. It ain't something where it's like, you gotta ask them or get it out of, no. They have to be showing it. So my thing is like, if you show love to a person, whether it's the smallest amount of love, and they try to one-up you. So let's say you, get somebody one single flower. They show up with a whole thing of roses. They one-upped you, all right? But if you give them a flower and they pat you on the back, that's like that's like less of what they just did. So that should be a clear indication, like, oh, okay, a pat on the back, that ain't showing nothing. But maybe they might do something later on, and that's when you have to wait and see. But if nothing ever happens, then it's like, yeah, that person ain't showing the love that you showing to them. And in situations like that, you really, at the end of the day, have no choice but to move on. And I know I would. I know I ain't going to be, doing stuff like that. Thing is, it's like, I feel like for the most part, like, I'm a, positive person. I'm cool with everybody around me and stuff. But if I'm being cool with a person, then I can feel like an energy, like, amongst us and things where it ain't good. Yeah, then I'm just gonna ditch the situation and stuff, where I'm like, okay, I ain't spilled my heart and guts out for this person, and it's like not to get anything back. Yeah, I'm good. So I'm like, yeah, I feel like that, when you overall like when you just kind of like see that type of stuff like happen, whether it's you or it's in front of you or whatever, you know, you overall like you learned from it, and you're just like, oh no, I can't go through that. So yeah, it's like, and then there's a movie that I wanted to reference. And I know for those that probably you would think like out of all the movies you could have referenced, like that's the movie, because I really don't see too many movies where they reference stuff where it has something that, I mean, it's like it's usually just that one movie, but it ain't like a bunch of movies. But I know that there's a bunch of movies out there that you can watch where it's about a person showing love and then not getting that love back. So the one movie that I want to reference is the movie Get Rich or Die Trying, starring 50 Cent. Now, despite you guys are like, wait a minute, a 50 Cent movie? Yes, okay, now hear me out. Now, in that movie, all right, he was showing love to all of these people in that movie. And it's funny because I remember buying the soundtrack, and it's like, it just dawned to me right now, but I remember buying the soundtrack to that movie back when I was a kid. And I remember one of the songs on there was Fake Love. Now, if somebody shows you fake love, you need to understand that that is fake love. Where it's like at the end, and I know people be like, okay, well, what is fake love? Like, what is, you know, them saying things to like really at the end of the day like manipulate you, have you believing in one thing but really another thing is happening. And in that movie, that's all what that movie is about. That's all what that movie is about, where people are showing the most amount of fake, well, I wouldn't say the most amount, there was one particular guy, but it was, you know, overall, to just spoil the movie for you guys. So there was a guy in that movie that was friends with 50 Cent's mom. I guess some things went down between 50 Cent's mom and the guy, and he ended up killing her. He makes it seem like that he has 50 Cent underneath his wing throughout the whole movie, but it's really just, you know, at the end of the day was using him. So it got to the end of the movie where 50 Cent dissed him. Because the guy tried to get 50 Cent killed. So so 50 Cent became a rapper, of course. And he overall, like, yeah, he dissed the guy. He dissed, like, some other people around the guy. Like, he was dissing everybody. So then it got towards the end of the movie. Guy was all like, oh, like, you know, don't perform that song tonight, dissing me. And he was just like, you know, I always loved you and all that stuff. And then 50 Cent used his own quote against him, saying, like, don't show no love, love get you killed. Sure enough, that's what happened. Guy ended up getting shot and killed by Terrence Howard. I'm telling you, that's one of the most wildest movies. Like, watching it as a kid, you're just watching it because you're a fan of 50 Cent. But as you get older, you're like, hey, yo, this was without doubt the wildest, like, 50 Cent movie I've ever watched. Like, he's done some movies, but I think, didn't he do a movie with Samuel L. Jackson? He was, like, some military guy. I think so, and he ended up getting shot in that movie, too. I was like, hey, yo, this better not be an ongoing thing where he just gets shot in every single movie. It's like, bro, we done heard the songs. All right, you need to tell another story now. Tell a comedy story. Do something, But no, anyways, but yeah, it's like that movie I feel like should be the one movie where it's like, okay, and then there was like other people in the movie that was like, you know, showing like actual love to him. And the messed up part about it is like when you watch that movie, they're not really focused on them. They're focused on his life and then the people that's doing the negative in his life. So that's where it's like when you got it, like, you as a person, you as a mindful person, you know, everybody got a mind. Some may use it, some may not use it. But you as a mindful person should understand the fake love, the negativity, all of that stuff. You shouldn't be like blind to it or what's the word that I'm trying to find? There's a particular word I'm trying to find. I can't even think of that word. It is like a form of blind, but yeah, it's like y'all understand what I'm saying. It's like don't be blind to that type of, dang, what is that word, bro? That's gonna linger in my head like the whole podcast. Oh my god. It is a certain, I freaking, not manipulated, I mean that too, but for naive, like that's the word that I'm trying to find. Okay, but yeah, don't be like naive to it, you know, just be like, oh, I didn't know that was fake love, I didn't know that they were, you know, being fake towards me and all. That's like one of the like things that as you get older and you get on social media more and stuff and you start to understand things, because that's the thing about like social media and the internet is that there's people out there that relate to you on stuff. Like you will go out and look for some things like, oh, what does it mean when a person doesn't really care for, like, the stuff that I do for them. Other people have been through that. Like, the amount of times I've looked up online, like, stuff that I've went through, and then you see other people going through the same stuff, then you're like, oh, okay, so I'm not alone in this. All right, and it'll be like some comedy stuff, there'll be some sad stuff, there'll be some angry stuff. Like, there's people out there that you don't know, but you relate to them so much. Like, if you did know who they were, if you were friends with them, it's like, man, I'm telling you, it's like, it's honestly, it's crazy. But what was I gonna say? I was gonna say something straight, I forgot. But anyways, overall, like, yeah, you can look up stuff, and overall, like, that's what the internet is for, of course, looking up stuff. But yeah, it's like you're gonna be amazed on how many people you can relate to and stuff on certain things. So don't think for a second you're like alone out of all of this. And it's like, and there's people out there that you don't even really know. Like, there's probably people out there that you're friends with on social media that you don't even talk with on the regular. And then if you were to talk to them or be like, hey, I just need somebody to talk to, vent to, and all that stuff, like, I've you do that to the right person, and it's like, they'll tell you their life story and stuff that they can relate to. And I'm like, man, I don't know how many times people have, like, reached out to me because they overall need somebody to talk to. And it's been some stuff where I'm like, hey, yo, I got the perfect advice to give you on that. So anyways, but yeah, it's like, that's the thing, though. It's just with, showing love to people. It's like, be careful. Like, don't show too much love to a person. It's like, if it starts off with that one rose, leave it off at that one rose and see what they do. If they don't one up you, then that ain't for you. If they one up you and stuff, then it's like, oh, okay, cool, I like this. And then, you got one up them, and then eventually, y'all got a love story. But if not, then it's like, yeah, keep that energy to yourself. Don't put yourself in a situation where you're like, dang, like, I ain't did all this, and I'm like, I only get a pat on the back, I only get like a handshake, a little head pat, like, not even a, like, top of the head pat, but like a forehead pat, like one of them, like, V8s, but a soft, like, V8 pat across the forehead. Like, yeah, stuff like that. You just gotta overall just be like, hey, yo, like, don't take it the wrong way. But it's like, if you notice I'm just acting distance, like, there you go. So, but anyways, and it's funny, like, people, they'll try to, like, get on you about that. It's like, if you act distant or, just don't want to be bothered. And it's like, well, fam, like, I tried. I ain't get nowhere. So I got to move on. Like, I mean, what do you expect? Like, that's the thing, people, you can't get, and it's like, to talk to the person where you didn't show the most amount of love back or whatever. I know people would be like, well, what do you do in their situation where somebody showed love to you and you didn't really show a whole lot of love back? That type of stuff is going to linger in your head. Don't think for a second it's like, oh, okay, you're going to go to sleep, forget about it and all that. And it's like, nah, it's like, that stuff is going to linger in your head where a person, really, like, bent over backwards for you, but you didn't do anything in return. Like, nah, that stuff, you going to feel bad for that. Like, trust me, I've seen where people, they've done stuff like that and they felt bad for it and things. And yeah, it's like, my thing is, like, I always try to, do the most that I can, like, for people and stuff around me. I try to, like, let them know, like, hey, I might not be in a situation where I can give you $100,000 for, literally just, like, showing support to me in, like, a Twitch stream or a YouTube video or wherever. But hey, take this shout out, take these shout out to my streams, take I try to, like, really, that's what I was, like, talking on in the bonus episode that I did for my friend Tanya, the one that has the meme account and stuff. I don't feel like that I one-upped her and stuff. I really feel like that, and I still could have did more. And it's like, where you're thinking that, where it's like, when that person is like, okay, you did something but it wasn't as good, but you're thinking like, man, I wish I can do more. It's like, don't be afraid to, like, tell people that, where it's all like, hey, yo, like, but don't, like, lie about it. Don't be like, oh, okay, I'm gonna use that and things for the next time. No, don't be that person. Like, if you can't do nothing, let them know, but try to, like, at the same time, like, one up them and stuff if you are willing to. But if not, then it's like, yeah, you gotta let that person know and things, or it's all like, hey, I can't really, I mean, I don't know, like, I know people probably ask, like, how do you tell a person, or how do you, like, not show love back or something? But I guess, I don't know, it's just, my thing is that, if there is, like, overall, I guess, to get to a picture where it's like, if somebody, just, you gotta let them know, like, how you feel. I feel like that's where it's like, I don't know the words because I'm not in your head, And I don't know why it's taking me so long to say some stuff like that, but it's like, it's true though. It's like, you gotta be the one to like come up and say, like, I can't be the one to like say things for you. I feel like at the end of the day, if I were to give you the answers on what to do to, like, what to say to a person where they're showing love to you but you're not showing love to them, like, you gotta come up with them answers. So if you're noticing something, like they're catching feelings, or if they're trying to be your friend or whatever, it's like, you gotta let them know, like, I don't feel that, or I ain't trying to be your friend. Like, my thing is, like, I think people are just overall afraid of being honest, and I'm like, bro, like, you gotta be honest. You gotta just overall let people know, like, hey, I'm just, I'm chilling for the most part. Like, I'm good, but don't lead. I feel like that's what it is. It's just, don't lead a person on. That's like the killer to, like showing love and not getting love back. It's just the leading on stuff. And it's like, nah, like, it's like, I gotta know now. So yeah, I remember there was one friend. I wasn't even really trying to like get with her or anything. I remember I just overall reached out to her and stuff to just see what's up, because we've been friends on social media for a while, and I try to like talk to everybody. And so she let me know right off the jump, like, hey, I'm like, not really looking for a relationship. And I'm like, I wasn't even trying. I mean, what? Wait a minute, hold on. I'm like, did I just get like turned? Was there like a future? Did she like see in the future, and at some point in time I was gonna ask her out or something? And she like, I'm confused. I'm like, I wasn't even thinking along those lines. But no, me and her, we ended up becoming really cool with each other. I remember we would have like food fights in high school. What else? Oh yeah, we would play Grand Theft Auto and legit kill each other for our cars and stuff. And so yeah, bikes and everything else. I don't know how many times I was just sitting there minding my own business. She just came up out the woodworks and straight threw me off of the bike, and I'm like, wow. And I thought we were cool. I thought you were somebody I can hang out with, and this is what you do to me. Rob me from my own bike and Grand Theft Auto. Wow. All right, then yeah, the next day we just looking at each other, throwing pepperoni, freaking bread, and everything else at each other. So it's like, at the end of the day, it's like, I think it's just about honesty and communication. It's like them the key things that will get you through whatever problems that you're going through is, like communication and honesty. If you can't communicate and you can't be honest, you're going to live a hard life, all right? So anyways, and that being said, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. If you're viewing this on YouTube, like, subscribe, and if you're viewing this on the podcast streaming service, make sure you follow or subscribe, however it's set up. Make sure you subscribe to one of my 34 YouTube channels. Follow me on Twitter, TikTok, Twitch, and Instagram at TMossBoss. Make sure you also follow my Facebook page at TMossBoss fan page. And if you're purchasing any tickets from SeatGeek, make sure you use my promo code TMossBoss. It will knock $20 off of your first purchase. And then that being said, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening, and peace.